I graduated from college in 2009, right after the housing market crashed. No one was hiring, and I had to be an underpaid intern for 2 years. And by the time I got hired, I actually didn't even want that job. I didn't want that career anymore, and I walked away from it. I had no idea what I was going to do instead, but I had got myself into a job and a career that was so out of alignment with who I was, that was so out of balance that I had to leave. It felt like the job was killing me. Only after I left was I able to find myself again and be able to start to put my life back together. It took me a while to realize that most of us can't possibly know what we're going to do for the rest of our lives at 18 years old. And I know for a fact that there's a bigger purpose to life than making money and buying things. In fact, I feel like a lot of us nowadays are slaves to the bigger forces of power in the world. Yes, on earth, we need money to live, but don't feel like you need to think within the limits that your teachers and leaders and your parents have established for you. Because from my own experience, I find that most older people, the older generations, they say one thing and they do another with nearly everything. One thing that's helped me is seeing things from what I guess I would consider a soul perspective, knowing that I chose to be here, that I knew Earth was going to be really hard, that I even picked my parents and how I grew up in that environment. And I even knew what I was most likely going to be doing with my life based on my own personality. I think for my generation, so called millennials, and everyone younger is more likely to be in alignment with who we are. We tend to prioritize balance more. We're more likely to live by our values and our ethics. We can see people for who they really are. And we know when people are being dishonest and even manipulative. And honestly, that gives me hope. I am with most younger people these days. I don't have a regular job. I don't have a steady income. I don't have a house. I don't even have a car. I also don't have a retirement plan. But I'm not worried because the US government has been threatening to take away Social Security my entire life. I don't care anymore. I'm not afraid. I'm going to be fine. I'll figure it out. And I get it. Life is hard for the vast majority of us. But at the end of the day, we still get to make our own decisions. We can choose to be creative. We can choose to love each other. And we can choose to think for ourselves. We can still live a good life, even if it's not the one that we were expecting, the one that we grew up thinking we were going to have, the one that we had been anticipating and preparing for our whole childhood, with all of the programming, again, from our parents and our teachers, from everything that we've seen on TV and online of, hey, this is what I'm aspiring to. This is what life is all about. But honestly, life is so much more fulfilling when you're not striving for the white picket fence. I never wanted that anyways.